Good afternoon, everybody. It's Lynn, the Leather Bag Lady. How are you all today on this pretty damp November Friday morning? It is Friday, but I am so lucky that I generally, most days, don't even know what day it is because every day is a work day for me. Every day is I'm going to say every day is a great day for me. Yes, it is. Yes, every day is a great day because I'm alive and I'm here. Every day is not a great day just because if you follow me, you know what's going on in my life right now. And there are definitely good days and bad days. So, before we discuss the bag today, a couple of things that I need to chat with you about. So we're coming to the mid part of November, which is leading us quickly to the end part of November. So I am starting to wind down my online sales just because for the month of December, I am going to be away from my bags. I am going to take a selection of items with me. So anything that is listed on my in my Etsy shop or on my website are things that I have available and that I can ship. Now, as of today, Canada Post is on strike. So I am going to continue to list items, but there will be a preface that Canada Post is on strike right now, so I am not able to ship anything. I am not able to receive anything. Hopefully it doesn't last long. Obviously, they strategically make these decisions at this time of the year because it impacts the most people possible, which is just the way they work. It's the way all companies work. They are not going to go on strike at a time where nobody cares. So it's Christmas, the holiday seasons is coming, and it is extremely disruptive, and that is what they want. So hopefully it won't last for very long, but who knows? So just know that whatever it is that is on my website, leatherbag.lady.com, or my Etsy shop, Leather Bag Lady 1, and each of the words have a capital and there's no spaces. So that is my Etsy shop address. Who knows? We just don't know. So I need to make you aware of that. Just because the last thing I need is, strikes against me with regards to Etsy and shipping and all that kind of thing. So as of right now, I believe there was a package sent in error to a customer. So that is hopefully on its way back to me. And then I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to mail that back out. So I will try and keep you as updated as possible. And we'll just have to take it from there. So that all out the way, today's bag is really, really cute. Now, it's purple. So Marjorie, I'm sorry you in Florida. This may be a great bag for you, but I can't ship it to you, girl. I just can't. But you might like it because I know you like your pink and purples. This is the cutest little kind of saddlebag shape, leather, purple. It's the lighting here is not the best. If you go online, there's some great pictures online, and I will be able to do better there. Flap, there are some light creases in the stress point, but no cracks, none of that. There is a little bit of a line here, and all that is the padding. Like they've made the bag, the edge a little bit more structured just because you're using that magnetic button. So that is, kind of that line you're seeing. Hopefully once you get your items in the bag, it will not be as prominent. So inside there is a little slip pocket a zipper pocket, a pocket, and a pocket. So you've 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing on the outsides, unfortunately. But this is such a 1980s beautiful, just classic silhouette. It's so pretty. Nice long strap. Obviously, I've got the hole on the last one, as I always do. So this is made by Canadian Leathercraft out of Weston, Ontario. So Canadian made, Canadian content. It really is a very pretty bag. It's a pretty color, and it is a pretty shape as well. So really, really liking this bag. I picked this bag up not that long ago, actually. I went on a little bit of an exploring trip of my area, and I think I picked this up in Alliston or Mount Forest. I'm not sure. But it is a really nice bag. And I like purple. I'm more of a lavender, but this is a nice purple. It's not an in-your-face purple at all. It's really pretty. Couple of little scratches because the leather is smooth. The pebbled leather does tend to hide these little blemishes a little easier, but I mean, nothing that screams out at you at all. I had to kind of aim it in the light to be able to show you. So that is today's bag. But remember, I will say it over and over again, I can't ship this out to you because we are having a postal strike here in Canada. I believe it's Canada-wide. I'm not sure. Still have a cough, still blowing my nose like crazy, but at least it's all coming out of me now. All the badness is coming out of me, as my mom says. It'd be a little bit more than snotty nose if that was the case. So how are you all? It feels like it's been forever since I've spoken to you. I did do a video on Tuesday, and that was for Monday and Tuesday's bag. Did shop at the shed on Wednesday. Didn't do anything yesterday, and I'm doing a Etsy listing today. No shop at the shed this evening. I'm going down to once a week for shop at the shed. Just because I am not going to be able to take that many bags with me when I go to Sarnia for the month of December. I'm spending Christmas, New Year, and the month of December with my aunt in Sarnia. Auntie Anna's had some pretty rough years in the last 2 or 3 years. Lost my cousin a year and a half ago. My uncle is now in long-term care, and she doesn't see a lot of her oldest son, my cousin. So, you know what? I thought about it, and I had a chat with my kids and my mom and dad, and I just said, listen, would you be really upset if I wasn't here for Christmas this year? It is going to be a real tough Christmas for me. First Christmas out of my marriage. He who shall not be mentioned has a birthday in December, very close to Christmas. And it was a big one. And we were supposed to be going away in January to celebrate it. And it's going to be a rough Christmas. I mean, I think anybody who's going through a divorce, separation, those firsts are really, really difficult. So, doing marginally better. I've got so many girlfriends who are going through the same thing right now. It's, I don't know, it's a full moon or something in the water or something. I don't know. But as I've said to you a few times before, because I'm, 4 months down the trail, they think I'm, doing so much better. I mean, I guess I am. I mean, I'm just trying still to, I've kind of given up trying to figure it out because there is no figuring it out. There is no closure. There is no rationale to dealing with somebody who has a particular personality type. But I am slowly recognizing that I dodged a bullet. I dodged a huge bullet. I mean, the thought of what our future would have been like, having to play mom all the time, being the one that says, no, we can't afford that. And I mean, I was the bad guy all the time. And I don't want a future like that. I mean, as much as I miss him and I love him still, which is crazy pants, but I do. Um, yeah, there's no, it's not the life I wanted, that's for sure. And you don't know these things at the beginning because it's all so wonderful in the beginning. And everybody's on their best behavior and everybody's, doing things maybe the way, and I'm very guilty of that. That is the one thing I will hold my hand up to is I started out, I didn't consciously do it, but I turned into something that I've never been before, a domestic diva. I did. And I am not a domestic diva in any way, shape, or form. I have no desire to be a domestic diva in any way, shape, or form. But I turned into one and I did it willingly. I just wanted to look after him. I wanted to create a home for us. I wanted to make his life easier because he has a crazy work schedule. Um, but it didn't kind of matter once all the cracks started happening. And I mean, that's just a public service announcement. Do not get married quickly. Do not. Um, I mean, I think I've done it all three times. And let's put this out there into the universe. Not that I am ever getting married again, ever. Um, don't do it quickly. Don't do it quickly. They say it takes 2 years to really get over that initial flutter of newness and when everything is just so wonderful and everything they tell you you believe because you're so in love. And then after 2 years, that's when, I mean, if I wasn't married, and like even this past summer, if I hadn't have gotten married yet, I wouldn't have gotten married. And we said that to each other, that if we hadn't gotten married yet, we would not be getting married because we could see that there were problems, which is why, it just kind of, we were stuck. We couldn't move forward. I wasn't going to put all my money down on a house that maybe in 6 months, a year, we would have had to have sold anyway because the cracks were already there. So we were very stuck. And, nobody's, I mean, I was very naive and I was very gullible and the signs were there and I refused. There was always a story. There was always a reason why that. Like I knew certain things didn't make sense. I really did. But there was always an answer. There was always, something to rebut what I was having problems with, the timelines of previous relationships and all that kind of thing, which all turned out to be absolute crap. But it is what it is. And I guess, I'm here to share my story with you and just to encourage you to, don't jump too quickly. It's never the way in year 4 that it is in year 1, year 2. Not that we made it to year 4, but oh my goodness me, I couldn't even imagine making it to year 3. I mean, things were just, and nothing was, everything was very surface. This is the learning. I'm doing a lot of work with my counselor. I'm doing a lot of reading, a lot of podcasts, a lot of self-reflection. And when I think about it, there really wasn't any real adult, mature intimacy, connection. It was all very fun and exciting and fast and on to the next thing and on to the next thing. And it really... And it was a ton of fun, my goodness me. I mean, we had the best adventures. We were always laughing. We were always just having the best time. But then when the real stuff kicked in, the day-to-day, the problem solving, trying to, I mean, there was no problem solving at all. I did my best to try and solve the problems that were popping up. He wanted nothing to do with them, didn't address them, didn't, acknowledge them, nothing. And I was starting to panic because I could see where this was going. And I mean, I didn't ever think my marriage would be over. I mean, please believe me when I say that. I thought we could figure it out. Maybe it would be an alternative way of being married. There's no rules, folks, on how to be married. You can make it whatever you want to make it. When two people love each other, which we do, and I know we do, you do whatever it takes. But you have to be in that mindset. You have to be able and willing to do whatever it takes. I was. He wasn't. His answer was to just run and find somebody else. And, and that merry-go-round will continue to go for him because that's just what he does. It's what he's done in the past, and it's what he will do in the future. And I just, I'm taking the time I need to reflect and grow and learn and cry and scream and punch the walls and whatever it is I need to do. It's still upsetting, still really upsetting. But I'll get there. I will get there. And you guys have been amazing. Please just let me share with you how important it has been to have this kind of anonymous community out there. And I mean, there's a handful of you who message me regularly and wish me well, and I so appreciate that. My friends, more so than people who are closer to me than that, to be honest, have kept me going, have, checked in on me daily, and it is stunning the amount of people that are in my circle and who are people that I once knew that have reached out to me because they're going through the same thing. I think you get to a certain age and you just think, you know what? I'm not putting up with this shit anymore. I'm just not. I would rather be on my own and be in control is kind of it's a strong word. I've still got this cold, as you can tell. Being in control is a strong word. I had a little text conversation with a girlfriend last night who is a very, very strong woman and needs to be in control. And I had to kind of point out to her that her control at this point in her breakup is not healthy. She wasn't very happy with me, but it's something that you have to acknowledge. And I'm learning through the behavior of some of my very, very close and dear friends that I am doing frickin' awesome. I really am. I mean, the fact that I get up every day, I put one foot in front of the other, I still have my business, I'm maintaining my home, I'm painting walls and raking leaves and, making plans for my winter and all the things that I just have to do. I just have to do it, whether I like it or not. I do struggle with depression. I have struggled with depression in the past, and that was the main instigator on me leaving when I was asked to leave. I'd had one thought that scared the crap out of me. And I've been there before, and I was not going there again for anybody, even him. I was not going there for him. And I bought this place because I needed a timeout. I thought that I could, be here. We could work on things. It was going to be a lot of work because he has a lot of damage and I have a lot of damage, even more so now. But I really thought we loved each other enough to not want to let it die. And, he has his own thoughts about that, obviously, which, he's more than entitled to. But we always used to say there's his side, my side, and the truth. And that's really what it comes down to. Just because I don't agree with his rendition and he doesn't agree with my rendition of how things went down, those renditions are true to us in our individuality. And, nobody can really tell us that we're wrong or anything like that. There was a very, very strong need to acknowledge wrongdoing, which I don't agree with at all. I can disagree with somebody and it doesn't make me wrong. They can disagree with me and it doesn't make them wrong. You can agree to disagree. And that is something that just wasn't present in my marriage. And I don't work that way. I wear my heart on my sleeve. I have very few secrets. I have some personal stuff that obviously I'm not going to share with my parents or whatever. But I mean, on the whole, I pretty well, you know, told everything as it was true. I cannot say that on the other hand, though. That is, my goodness, the stuff I have found out is just insane. And I know that should make it even more reasonable for me to, move on and not pine over this person. But just not built that way, just not wired that way. I cannot move on to a new partner in 3 weeks. I mean, it's been 4 months and the thought of it just, no way. And plus, I'm about to be having quite a travel-filled winter, and I don't want any, reason why that's going to be, a bad thing. It's not. It's my mental health. It's my reconnection with myself. It's saying goodbye to the past. It's putting everything in whatever place it needs to be so that one day, it's like now, I mean, I just cleaned out a box the other day and there was pictures of me with my kid's father at our wedding. And it didn't make me cry anymore. I just was like, oh, I remembered the day. And I know I don't have a lot of stuff left from this last episode. Pictures, everything are gone. Letters, cards, everything is gone. I don't want any of that around. I have got some pictures on my phone, which I know one day will, and it won't be about what happened on that day. It won't be about the person in the pictures on that day. It'll be about where that day took place. I have some very, very, very emotional connections with certain locations. My lighthouse in New Waterford or New Victoria in Cape Breton Island will always be my lighthouse, always. And even our friends in Cape Breton Island, when they pass it, they go, oh, there's Lynn's lighthouse. And because it is my lighthouse and it will always be my lighthouse. And I'm just looking forward to the day when that lighthouse doesn't bring with it tears, which it's about to do. So I'm going to sign off. Bye, everybody.